Hey, everybody, it's time to swing with Still Swinging. And I'm your host, Thomas. And today, family, we got viral TikTok ladies, and they talking about problematic baby mamas. And today's episode on Still Swinging is featuring Brittany Renner and PJ Washington. Now, I'm sure all you guys saw the exchange at Brittany Renner's house, the custody exchange between the two, and how that went. All right, so it's a feature on the program. But these ladies, they giving a breakdown of, the psyche of a problematic baby mama and how it got that way. All right, and some of these ladies got some valid points. All right, and I bought some of them for you to see. So, fellas, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel because y'all know I be bringing it. Fair use, fellas. Let's walk with these ladies through TikTok and see their conclusions on the baby mamas and the problems that the guys go through. All right, look. I'm going to give my assessment along the way.
Here's my theory with baby mamas, problematic baby mamas. Once they see that they baby daddy's life did not go to shit the way that they hoped it did when they split, all hell will always seem to break loose. They will stop at nothing to make the father miserable, to make him jump through hurdles for his child, to be difficult at every moment for that father. Doesn't matter how good of a dad he is. Doesn't matter how unproblematic he is. They stop at nothing to make that father's life miserable. Why? Oh, and don't let that father move on with a good woman. Let's talk about it. You can 100% guarantee that the baby mama is almost never going to like the baby daddy's girlfriend and or wife, especially if that wife or girlfriend cannot be manipulated with their tactics, because that girlfriend or wife ain't scared of you. You don't intimidate her. When she sees that that man then moved on with a good woman that wasn't her. And again, I'm only talking about the baby moms. Only talking about the baby moms that are not over the father of their child.
Listen, you're not going to tell her she not over him. I mean, even though it's clear that she not, listen, it ain't about what's on display when you're dealing with unreasonable people. It's about what they told themselves. All right, she told herself she over you, even though she knows she not, and she clearly not. All right, so she gonna deny that. She ain't gonna have that conversation. Anybody who bring that up and try to talk to her, she over you. She over him. All right, all her actions prove the contrary. All right, when you over the man, you ain't still trying to get at him. You ain't still trying to make his life miserable. He moved on. And a lot of the times, fellas, we know it's different problems that y'all just can't get past. All right, and it's just like with the divorce. And I explained to ladies, yeah, you're going to make out in the divorce. You got these women cheering you on to go ahead and be happy. You ain't going to leave him and be happy. You leaving him with these kids and you older. No, see, you don't talk to men because you don't like what we got to say. We're going to tell you the truth. You stay your ass in your marriage, girl. No, but you go listen to the ladies because they telling you what you like. You're going to get out here and be a city girl. And you're going to pick up where you left off. And not only that, you're going to have his money. Yeah, he going to be in ruins for a minute. All right, but he going to get himself back together. And he going to move on a lot faster than you if you ever did. All right, and that's the problem she going to have with him. He got to move on and she ain't. All right, she ain't moving on. She miserable. All right, even though she the one that caused this. See, she thought she could have it all. And then when she sees she can't have it all, she want what she lost back. But it's too late for all of that. So now she got standing her conviction. So she ain't bitter. She over him. She can't admit that. She got to stand in her conviction
The ones that
she was right and that she happy. And we can tell.
lives are not going well since that breakup. They pretty much have a terrible life, but the father of their child has a great life. Those are the type of baby mamas I'm talking about. Because I'm also a baby mom and I am very unproblematic. I'm a wife too, of course, but I had children before I was married. Very unproblematic. The bitter stuff has never happened with me.
See, fellas, when you're a successful guy, right? They're gonna convince themselves they the reason that you successful. I don't care what the situation is, even though bro I was successful when I met her. That's why she on it so hard. All right. Want me to tell you why? Because it's hard to find guys that's doing it. All right, it ain't hard to find pretty girls. All right, it's hard to find guys that's doing it who really want to be with you. All right, that's a task. And all of the pretty girls will tell you that's a task if they gonna keep it real. But if you let a lot of these capping broads get up here, you know they got hundreds of them, hundreds of these men, but they always single. See, the thing is, right? She gotta convince herself that you owe her something, regardless of what she done. Regardless of what she done, she think you should have stayed and you shouldn't have left. And you should have fought for her and went through all kinds of nonsense that you ain't about to go through about this. All right. All right. She clearly don't want it. She got impossible. All right. And no. It don't matter who fault it was, bro. It was your fault. Whatever she did was because you done something.
I cannot relate to this. I just don't understand. When you guys split up, you move on. That's it. You just move on. Never in my life would I say, let me make this person's life miserable because I'm mad, because my life's not going well. Instead of making my life good and being a good mother to my children, I'm going to make the father of my children suffer for no reason.
Fellas, I mean, she's spitting some facts. I mean, I don't know about her personally because I don't know this young lady. And I don't know what kind of baby mama she is. I know what she's saying. But I'm talking about as far as, you know, these things that the brothers go through that she's speaking on. And some of the reasons for it is, yeah, she convinced herself that you owe her something. That's how 20 years later, they still holding on to this. Especially when 20 years later, bro, they never moved on. They could never do better than you. You know what I mean? That's a problem. All right. And listen, that's why, ladies, for the most part, I tell you, listen, you need to find a way to stay in your marriages. All right. You got kids with this dude. You older. You think you're going to come out here. You will listen to women and believe that. And then you're going to get out here and be floating in space. All right. You're going to be in them streets. All right. Don't make yourself impossible. Don't do it, all right? Because he gonna get tired of trying. And some of us get tired a little faster than others.
Bitter, and she has not healed. When you are dealing with a bitter baby mama, you are dealing with a woman that is hurt, that is heartbroken, that is angry, and she has not healed from that. That is going to cause her to continuously act like a bitter baby mama. People talk a lot about bitter baby mamas, but we never talk about why she's bitter. You have some women that look at the man and they haven't got over the fact that that relationship has ended. They look at it like, you wasted my time. I created a life with you and now you treat me as if I'm nothing. And that causes them to hold resentment and be angry towards that person.
And bro, they'll hold all this resentment and all of that with no accountability. No accountability whatsoever. None. You just done it all. She just forgot everything she done. Yeah, when it don't work out, and then she sees she can't do better than you, bro, she gonna forget everything she done. She can't remember nothing she done. I'm telling you. And that's what this right here is rooted in. She can't take no accountability for what happened. None. It's your fault. All right, it's your fault that this going on. All right.
Then on the flip side, you have some women that look at the man and they can't stand the fact that I created this life with you, but I'm playing the single mom role because you haven't stepped up and accepted any of your responsibilities. So while you get to live your life freely out here, I have a child that I have to take care of. And
No, see, and a lot of them fellas, they call not accepting responsibility, not doing what they want you to do. Not that you're not taking care of your responsibilities. Because, see, I know something about that. All right, you could take care of all your goddamn responsibilities. If it ain't benefiting her personally, you ain't doing nothing. Even though she don't got to spend 1 cent on the child. All right, you assumed all the financial responsibility. If you let her tell it, you ain't doing nothing. Because it ain't going in her pocket. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't with her. You a deadbeat. You ain't doing nothing. All right, listen, I seen it plenty of times. All right, and listen, I experienced, well, not actually being called that, but tell him you ain't doing nothing. Yeah, because, if she can't use the child to benefit her personally, you ain't doing nothing. And all of this rooted in, she not going to take no accountability.
that causes them to be angry as well, which then causes the bitter baby mama. And then you have another scenario. A man that has moved on with his life and created a family somewhere else, and this woman is looking at it like, how dare you? We started off this journey together, our shit falls apart, and meanwhile you just move on and live happily ever after with some.
Bro, and she'll be talking like that, and she the one that destroyed everything. She'll be saying all of this, and she the one that destroyed this. All right, she got impossible. All right, she got impossible. All right, and these ladies convinced her that she could do better than you. She don't go talk to men. She talk to ladies who tell her what she want to hear. And when she sees she can't do better than you, you're going to have hell to pay with her. Always.
Somebody else, it all comes back to the same thing. A woman that is unhealed. She's holding on to that heartbreak, that disappointment, that resentment, that anger, that frustration. When you are dealing with a woman that is healed, those co-parenting relationships, they're a whole lot different. And to those baby mamas out there, please don't misunderstand me. This video is in no way, shape, or form anything to attack you. I'm strictly just trying to get you to understand what it is that's actually going on. Because there is many instances, more often than not, that you had every valid reason to feel the way you do. Maybe this man lied to you, betrayed you, misled you.
I mean, even if all of that's true, at what point do you move on? You ladies say you could do better. You were settling for him. And for real, you was just giving them a chance. The whole time you doing all of this. Because that's stuff you tell yourself. And women tell you. And not stuff your life showed you. And if your life didn't show you this, you believe your life.
Understand all of that. Meanwhile, you now have to raise these children and he's not playing the role that he needs to play. So I'm not saying that your feelings are not valid. What I'm saying is that at some point you have to come to terms with what it is. And once you start doing the groundwork within yourself to heal from that, the results will be different. Shit, maybe you're still angry and dealing with the fact that when you chose to have your children, you did so thinking that you were building a family. You didn't envision your kids being raised in a household that wasn't a two-parent home. I'm not saying it's not valid.
See, a lot of them, they want to go be happy. They watch this internet and they want to go be city girls. All right, and they think that because these women telling them that, listen, they get on here and they watch these capping broads, bro. And they think, it's guys that's doing it lined up out here just waiting for her. She believe this and she'll be 40 years old with 3 kids talking to you like, she 20 fresh off the showroom floor, right? And you like, girl, you dreaming. But she ain't gonna listen to this from you. Women gonna tell you that's just him. And she ain't gonna go talk to no more men. Because they ain't saying stuff she wanna hear. She gonna go talk to women who gonna keep telling her, go ahead and leave, girl. You could do better. You deserve to be happy. She don't care nothing about his happiness. All right? Because they never do. All right? Because if they cared anything about your happiness, 9 out of 10, y'all wouldn't even be in this situation. All right? The problem is, ain't nothing going to make her happy. All right? She got him competing with some dude she can't get. She got him competing with her dream man, and since she can't get that dude, he need to turn into him. And her dream man, they give her everything and just tell her yes about everything until she push him off the cliff. She'll push him and push him and push him until she push him off the cliff if he can't stand up. And listen, when it get over with, when it's all over with and said and done, fellas, you know which party usually, no matter what happened, agreed that, listen, bygones is bygones. I got to move on. And which party don't?
Saying is, once you come to terms with the fact that that situation is over and done with, it is what it is. We have to move on. You can work on getting you two in a space that is healthy enough for you guys to co-parent and function together for those children, even if that man still ain't shit. Maybe he talks a good one, but he never follows through. He never.
Okay, hold on, pause. This is what we're not doing. So every time that he does this, I'm gonna record this. Because that's not okay. I'm just letting you know. No, the thing is, this is the third time he's done it. This is the third time he's done it. He doesn't want to go with you. So actually show up. Actually show up and do something then with him. Because he does this every time. No, it's not. No, it's not. It ain't because anybody babies him.
Fellas, she kept the bag because she wanted to go to the car and look in the car. That's why she kept that bag.
You gonna give him his bag and stuff?
That's terrible. 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, no, it's not that at all. No, it's not.
She needed a reason to go to that car. She knew who was in that car.
Yeah, I will, but I'm telling you right now, every single time you come here and he flies, we're gonna record that. And it's up with me. Just know that it's up.
What'd you say?
Yeah, it's definitely up. He just signed a $90 million deal, and she getting $2,500 a month. All right, listen, no, that wasn't her vision. That wasn't her vision for this at all. All right, she thought she had her teeth in them.
What'd you say?
I didn't stutter.
I didn't hear. Hey, you wish I was. What the fuck you looking at? Get your bitch ass out my driveway, ho.
You don't pay for shit.
Fuck you. You don't pay for shit either. 107.
That's her mom in the background. All right, that's her mom egging this on. Okay, so we already know, you know what I mean, that the apple don't fall too far from the tree. All right, and listen to this woman.
For shit either. $170,000 to your hoe, but $11,000 in your son's bank account.
No, the 304 was your daughter. That's his wife. You got your people mixed up, Mom. All right, that was you meant you got the smoke for your daughter. That's his wife. Okay, and $11,000, that's more than you ever gonna put in his account. That's more than she ever gonna put in his account. Believe that. What Mom see is that $11,000 not enough to take care of all of them. And Mom charged him with taking care of all of them. Believe that. Yeah. The apple don't fall too far from the tree. All right, trust me. It never does.
$11,000 in your son's bank account, but $170 for that bitch.
Brittany Renner is a bitter baby mama. She had to watch another woman get the life that she wanted. Watched her get the ring, the wedding, the family. And what did she get? The title of being a baby mama. And that ain't what she really wanted. But she let a man talk her out of her standards. She ended up accepting.
She let a man talk her out of her standards. That's why I keep telling you guys, you gotta watch some of these ladies that come on here, especially when they nice looking ladies, and they talk to men, and they listen. You gotta listen to them, fellas. All right, listen. This her way of making sure she don't hold Brittany accountable. She let some man talk her out of her standard. Her standard is that he rich. The standard was met. What are you talking about, Miss Lady? What kind of standards you think Brittany Renner got? Let me tell you, because it's gotta somehow be his fault too. All right, because it can only be manipulation. I don't know how you two feeling about some words today. It can only be manipulation if Brittany Renner was a man. Being as though Brittany Renner is a woman that we all know what she did to Shorty, to this young guy. All right. That's what happened when they grow up and don't have men influence. All right. He'll go hanging around a chick like Brittany Renner thinking he need to prove something. And he hear all these other guys saying he young and he think he got to stick his chest out and prove he a man and he can handle this. And that's not what they mean. He don't know that's not what they mean. And by the time he see that that's what he mean, he done stuck his foot in it. See, the thing is, Brittany Renner thought she had one. She thought she had him under her spell. Let me tell you something. He woke up like most men do. All right, he woke up, and he woke up in time. All right, and he ain't marry her because nobody should marry her. And she talking about he talked her out of her standard. How did he do that, Miss Lady? Her standard is that he rich. He was a kid, young and impressionable. She smashed right on him. If it was a man, you would call it something. But I ain't gonna call it nothing. I'm not. I'm just letting this young lady know. He ain't talk her out of her standards. He ain't do nothing to her. He shouldn't have married her. Shouldn't no man in his right mind be married to her. She shouldn't be married to nobody. You think she's somebody's wife? You think that's how somebody's wife behave? These ladies, watch these ladies, fellas, when they get to talking. All right, they know you will listen if she say no. But she'll always tell you how she really feel. And how she really feel is that she shouldn't be held accountable. All right, this man done something to her. He talked her out of her standards and made her a baby mama. No, she was looking for a come up and she thought she had one. All right, and she did for real. She did for real. She came up. She did, just not the way she thought she should have came up.
Accepting a baby, no ring. And now she living in a life of regrets. And that's sad. That's sad. But Brittany continuously fumbles. She should be farther along in her career. She should have more to show for being the original it girl on Instagram and social media. But she don't, because she...
How much you think that pay? I mean, it do all right. I mean, you know how big you gotta be to be. She wasn't never that. All right, for real. Why you think she go through all the stuff she go through? Because it ain't coming in like that. And trust me, she got it going out quicker than it's coming in. You know how that ladies like to spend their money up. They got to keep up with the Joneses. You know what I mean? They got to show that they like that. And that you can't do this, girl. You know how I go. And she chopped through all of her paper like that. And she needs some baller to keep funding it. But that's what happened when your name get out there and you get your reputation. It's hard to come up. And then you old on top of that. You don't go get old and you a 304. You can't get old as a 304. You better not do that. Okay, you got to start lowering the price.
Continuously fumbles, right? You left PJ Washington for cheating just to end up playing around as a Muslim for a couple months and then marrying Kevin Gates and getting divorced a couple weeks later.
You listen to this. She left him for cheating. She ain't leave that dude. That dude left her. She would have never left that dude. What are you talking about? All right, she would have never left him. These ladies, man, they got some strange imaginations. All right, listen, that man rich. She would have never left him. Only way they was breaking up, he got smart. Now, when I tell you, gonna be the time that the woman gonna get the most furious with you, fellas. When you wasn't as stupid as she needed you to be. Youngster wasn't as stupid as she needed him to be. She needed him to marry her so she could have access. And this woman talking like he done something. She cared nothing about that dude. She was trying to come up. He could have been any goddamn body. And this lady know it, but she still won't get this lady no accountability. Watch these ladies when they talking, fellas. Watch these ladies. Listen.
Like, she just continuously makes bad decisions. As soon as I seen the video and I realized what was going on and that somebody was recording the interaction between the exchange of co-parenting with the child, I already knew it was some BS. Because I'm just like, why would you even have a camera out for this interaction in case you're waiting and hoping for something to happen that you could catch on camera? But the only thing that was caught on camera was her and her mom embarrassing themselves and doing the absolute most and exposing the fact that she's mad. All right, she's bitter and she's mad. But again, this is why you should stick to your standards and get what you actually want.
That's what she telling Brittany Renner, is to stick to her delusions. Listen, they only standards if you can have them met. If her standards is to be married, all right, listen, Kevin Gates, the best she gonna do. Couple weeks. All right, listen, you know, she get to go to the honeycomb hideout for a little while. And you know what I'm saying? Once they break, can't broke. All right, it ain't coming back in season. All right, listen, women like Brittany Renner, ma'am, in case you don't know, men don't go and marry them. All right, not stand up men who care anything about themselves. All right, you don't bet the house on Brittany Renner if you got any sense. She thinks some man should come and believe in Brittany Renner and meet Brittany Renner standards, whatever they are. And I wouldn't give a damn what those standards was. Shouldn't no man come and meet them. A man should come and play with her. All right, that's what she is. All right, she a plaything. You don't take that serious, you're going to regret it.
Because beyond what y'all say, whether she groomed him or not, if you don't think Shannon Sharp did nothing wrong, then you should.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? She can't give her no accountability. She gotta figure out a way. It ain't really her fault. You see, she Shannon Sharp. Listen, let me explain something to you. You ladies attacking Shannon Sharp for it. You're not attacking Brittany for it. But you keep bringing this up like you are. And you're not. You make the comparison just to say, listen, listen, we ain't trying to hear that. He don't got her pregnant and having babies and content. Listen, whatever that situation is, I ain't going to get in the mud with it, fellas. All right, because I could care less about it. All right, the problem is, fellas, that he just wasn't as stupid as she needed him to be. She needed him to be, and you're going to find that's going to get them the hottest. You wasn't as stupid as she needed you to be. This lady right here, she full of it.
Ladies, young ladies, old ladies, I'm not going to let you do it. I already see you guys in the comment section trying to attack PJ Washington with the exchange between him and his baby mother, Brittany Renner, the slightly touched, because I think she slightly touched Brittany Renner, because anybody who's running around here with her job or whatever, because after being with a man and all of a sudden you ain't with the man, and then I guess your shahada went down the drain as well as with your hijab or whatever went down the drain, then you slightly touched. Okay, and we already know she a little off. We seen it in Real Housewives, not the loving basketball, whatever she got going on or whatever, because you had situations with your own mother. That's why you was projecting and deflecting with Jackie and her daughter. You got your own situations, and I see that the toxic apple don't fall from the toxic tree, because your mother was in that video with the exchange of you and PJ Washington's son, golden, provoking, and everything else with her toxicity.
Fellas, my mama used to tell me that the apple don't fall too far from the tree. And my daddy used to say, boy, you ever want to see what you got in a woman, all you got to do is find her mama. There's some stuff she can't escape. I don't care how much she hate her. I don't care how much she love her. Look at her mama. That's what you got. All right. I didn't know they were saying the same thing until I got older. All right. Listen, it proved true to me my whole life. It proved true to me my whole life.
And I'm not going to let you people in the comment section, like you're already trying to do, sit up here and say, oh, he must not like the dad, or the dad must be hitting him or mistreating him or whatever. I'm not saying that's not true, but how did you get that from that video? Because I have a grandson, a 3-year-old grandson. I love my grandson. Do not touch my grandson. Do not harm my grandson. And my grandson has an auntie. And my aunt.
Listen, that dude is a baller. All right, he gone a lot. So when he get a chance to spend time with his son ain't used to him. All right, so that's going to happen. That's going to happen. And as he warm up and get used to him and time go on, yo, it'll change. It'll change. But right now, that's just a phase that children go through. You need to make it something when you need to make it something. But for real, we adults and we know that don't mean nothing.
And that auntie is like all loving on her nephew. And I tell you one thing's for sure, two things for certain. Sometimes my grandson cries, even if he has been over my house many a time, spent the night or whatever, he will cry sometimes for his mother. I have learned that with boys, they're already clingy with their mothers anyway. So you probably do see him more. You probably do be around your son more as compared to PJ Washington, because he's an NBA player. Whatever.
Right. So if he there all the time, he more comfortable here. And if you leaving it, and then you already know, and then you see how she get right in front of him. So you can imagine, and bro, some of this stuff get embedded in the children. And even though he only, 4 years old? Yeah, even though he only 4 years old, some of it's still sinking, and we know it, fellas. And then when they in there talking about him like that, you as a child think he must be bad. You already know that that's how it go. And then they gonna send you with him. All right, they pointed a camera at the exchange. You know why? Because she was getting ready to turn up. She was getting ready to turn this into something. And holding that bag, she was going to give him that bag. She only held that bag so she could go to that truck, because she knew who was in that truck. She knew his wife was in that truck.
So he's probably out on the road, but you already knew that because that was your come up, right? Because you, like I said, you're slightly touched, but you definitely know, you know what I mean, to have a baby by an NBA player so you can have long-term money. We ain't going to sit there long-term money. We ain't going to act like that, right? Because you already basically was like you was a hoe and you was admitting it. Shout out to Mariah. But I'm saying no. So in that exchange, you are provoking, you are goading, you are following him to the car. I thought that you whipped out the camera because you like, okay, the exchanges between you and the baby daddy be all like hostile, volatile, or whatever. Maybe he call you a bunch of hoes, bees, or whatever. I didn't know that you whipped out the camera so you could record your son crying as he goes to his father. You exploiting your own child just to try to make a point to the audience. You know.
She don't care nothing about that. Fellas, you can bet this. And what I'm getting ready to say is 100. It will only be exploiting a child if he was doing it. Can't be exploiting a child if mama was doing it. Notice how it's only disrespect if you said it. Ain't disrespect if she said it in front of the child. All right. Look, bro, the toxicity, it get bad. All right. And the children, bro, they get hit with the strays. You feel me? The children get hit with the strays and their mental health at stake. All right, because you in here screaming and talking crazy about him, and now you get ready to send his son with him. And he's 4 years old. He don't have the ability to rationalize that mama is bitter. And mama thinks she should be entitled to his money, and she not. And she upset about it. This man just signed a $90 million deal when she can't have none of it. All right, and she thinks she should be entitled to it. Yeah, because she met him and had sex with him before. And she talked herself into believing she the reason he got that money. I bet you she could give you a reason why she the reason he got that money. Why he wouldn't have none of this if it wasn't for her. I'm telling you, bro, they live in dreamland.
I'm saying, so what that your child does that? You know how many children cry with the other person, with the auntie, with the grandparents, and then they get in the car and they be okay, or they ride down the road, they be okay for the rest of the time. It happens, dear. And in the comment section, oh, he must be a deadbeat. That's not what Brittany Renner said in there. She said, this is the third time in a row. That's what she said. This is the third time in a row that he cried, and that's why she wanted to record it. And that's what happened. So you was recording because you knew that your son was going to cry, and you should be consoling your son. You should be saying, no, it's all right, baby. You going with daddy.
No, that ain't on the program. That ain't on the program. The program is to try to make him look bad. All right, and when you're trying to make him look bad, you can't be saying that because she know this is a scene she set. All right, she sat in there and talked crazy about this man. All right, and it's a 4-year-old child listening. The whole time he was on his way, and probably the whole weekend be up leading up to it. And then you telling your 4-year-old son he gotta go with him. After you just the way you described him, he's something ain't nobody to be going with, having to go with. And on top of that, he a boy. He feel a need to protect his mama. Even at that age, yeah, we do. Yep.
I'll see you in a few. That's what
he gonna stand with his mama. He don't know no better. All right, and she know that.
You're supposed to be doing. Now, I'm not trying to sound like a geriatric, old, outdated, pick me, male-centered female, but y'all gotta call.
It's a shame that this lady gotta come on here and say that just to tell the truth. She gotta say she ain't no pick me and all of this. So the ghetto won't get in our comments and start ripping her up for telling the truth. That's what she gotta go through whenever she want to speak facts. The ghetto jump in her comment. All right, because let me explain something to you, fellas. They can make anything make sense. They can make anything make sense. You see that last lady? She made Brittany Renner make sense to have standards, and somebody should meet him and marry him. Somebody shouldn't leave her standards delusions. Brittany Renner, the last lady, she was trying to tell Brittany that to have her standards up and don't settle for less than her standards. All right, her standards is rich. That's it. That's the only standard.
Oh, spade to spade. Y'all can't just because it's a female.
Shorty man, her standards like a MF.
She acting crazy. Y'all can't justify that. And the fact that y'all trying to do that in the
she just ain't end up meeting his
comment section. Nah, no, don't do that. And then the mother, toxic as she wants to be, all up with the camera, all up with her daughter, all up in the car. Huh? What you say? What you saying? That's why he said SMD. I ain't condoning it. I ain't saying that that's how he should have talked to the mother or whatever, but maybe he said, I don't know. Maybe.
Listen. Mama should have stayed the hell out the way. Mama should have minded her goddamn business. Mama shouldn't have been wielding that camera on the phone. Mama was behind it. What you mean, baby girl? Mama jumped in it. Mama started talking trash to him and his wife. All right, no. Mama need to take her ass on. Mama was dead wrong. What are you talking about? All right, no, and I'm in agreements with her because I apologize, Miss Lady, for coming off on you like that. I was wrong because I still don't think he should have told her that. No, I don't think he should have told her that, fellas. It's a line.
Maybe the mother need the SMD. I don't know. No, we're all kidding aside. That's not healthy either. But with that provocation and that kind of like golden, I can understand why he reacted the way that he reacted. He shouldn't have said what he said, but I can understand why he reacted the way that he reacted. And that's what they wanted, right? They wanted a reaction. That's why they had a camera all up in his face. watching the son cry. Like I said, the grandmother and the mother out there, but you couldn't console that little boy and be like, it's okay, I'm gonna see you soon, it's daddy's turn or whatever. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be nurturing and fostering a relationship with the other parent, right? You're not supposed to be like, oh, he's crying, what you give him back. No, that's not how it works. And you already, you know what I'm saying, you already created a broken home. Was it no marriage certificate, no nothing that I know of or whatever, right? And I'm not saying that you can't have a broken home even with marriage, because I know some people who are married and still like move like single parents. But in this particular situation, you was looking for a come up. You didn't care if the home was broken or not. So I'm saying that just to say you are
point blank. She was looking to come up, and she did. She did, fellas. Just not the way she wanted to.
already know that you was going to have to divide your time between the parent, the absent parent, and the custodial or the main parent. And you didn't care if he was going to be MIA from the home, because like I said, you had a baby with an NBA player, and we all know that they be on the road. Even when they off the road, they on the road. We already know the stigma that comes with them, the negative, the negative vibe that comes with them. We know.
Listen, she don't care nothing about that. The man was rich. That's the standard. All right? When it's a lady like Brittany Renner, the standard is that he got some money to give her that she can spend. He got a lifestyle that he can provide her with. All right, and that's it. That's it. That's what the standard is. Can you provide this lifestyle? If you can provide this lifestyle, you meet the standard. That's all to that.
All of that, right? So you already knew what it was, so you don't get now to pick and choose, like if your son is going to go with the dad, and if the dad is crying, if the baby is crying or not. And the fact that you females are condoning or whatever to slightly touch Brittany Renner, who's running around here with her jobs or whatever, getting rid of her jobbies, or with,
Listen, the ghetto in our comments, and listen, she a hood rat. All right, Brittany Renner graduated from the Hood Rat University. All right, listen, the alumni is going to be talking. All right, that's who's speaking up for Brittany Renner. All right, no accountability. They absolutely not about to give her none. All right, he done something to her. Simple as that. And I don't care what she done.
Or dating men, and then, changing her whole personality and character to fit the men that she's dating, and the fact that you guys are condoning, and now all of a sudden.
Listen, I agree with this lady. All right. And I got a little uppity because my first thought was that her mama jumped it, but that's still up, an older lady, and I see where the youngster just lost his cool. You know what I'm saying? Because you looking at her like you supposed to be the one with some sense around here. And you jumping in my girl, jumping in our face too. You got a camera pointed at me. Like you set this up with her. All right. How much respect do you think a brother going to muster up for a woman who in charge of this? All right, not much.
She seems as a poor victim. No. We're not gonna allow you to do that. You guys, some of you females, y'all gotta call it out what it is. Y'all gotta call a spade. Get on the men when they need.
They not. They gonna get on the men. Trust me. They not gonna give her no accountability. They not, baby girl. And I know where you coming from, but they not. They gonna give you hell just for saying it. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line. All right, and that's because it ain't enough of you who would get up and say it, who would get up and call it out. And if you know them, they got a rat pack mentality. All they gonna do is gang up on you. They gonna gang up and start screaming. That's all they do. Gang up and start screaming, and hopefully they can bully you into agreeing with them. All right. The problem is they run into men, and men ain't into getting bullied. All right, you ain't bullying me out of nothing. All right. Listen, she a hood rat. She graduated from the Hood Rat University. All right, all honors, top of her class. All right, trust that. Brittany Renner did.
to be getting gotten on. But when it comes to the females, y'all gotta call some of these females, because that behavior was preposterous. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, did you actually?
I don't know. You couldn't believe what